Bruno, you've said that this is a positive season for Manchester United, but not a successful season. What would a successful season look like for you?
For this club, it looks like winning league, winning the Champions League, or winning big trophies. Because the past of this club, the history of this club is big, so that is being successful. The club was really successful in the past. Obviously, I also have to say that in the Carabao Cup this season we've been successful because we won the Carabao Cup. In the FA Cup now we can be successful. So if we go competition by competition, until now we've been successful in the Carabao, we can be in the FA Cup. Was not successful season in the Europa League because we wanted to win that trophy, and in the league was a good season because we get the top four. We know how tough it is to get the top four in the Premier League, but at the same time this club demands to aim for bigger targets, and big targets in the league is winning the league. So it was a good season but not successful, because success is winning something.
This club has achieved many things, but it's never won both domestic cups in the same season. Is that a little bit of history that you'd like to create?
I didn't know this, but obviously something that we want is to win another trophy. You know, it's important for us even to build, because we are now building something that we see it that can be special in the future. And obviously I think if we win the FA Cup, it gives you a little bit more than a lift, and for going to the next season, and think that we can aim for bigger targets, and obviously it's something that we want to make part of. That we want to make part of the history of this club, and if we can, being the first side of Manchester United doing that double on the cups, it will be really good.
If you win the trophy, you get to lift the trophy clearly, which is a good thing. You would also be in the Community Shield next year against Manchester City, which most people would think is a good thing. But it feels like most Manchester United fans want you to win this game to stop City having a chance of the treble, which only Manchester United have done. Are you aware of this, and is that something that's in your thoughts at all?
No, we are aware of this. We know this. We know the story of our own club, and we know that the fans don't want City to do that. But for ourselves, it's about, as you said, lifting another trophy. The importance of this for us is winning another trophy, making sure that we end the season in the best way possible. We know if we win the trophy, the consequence of that is that Man City cannot do the treble anymore. But on our side, of the player side, it's just about winning the game, because we want to win a trophy for ourselves, for the club, for the fans, and that's it.
You live in the same areas as your international teammates, some of whom play for Manchester City. Do you ever discuss things like games that are coming up, or do you have interaction over just normal things in terms of, I don't know, say Bernardo Silva, you're chatting about things that are happening at home, but do you ever discuss games like this?
Yeah, but I think the time that when we discuss more these games is like when we go national team and we have a little bit ago, like talking about even the way he plays, the way I play, the way City plays, the way United plays, where he sees that where is our strengths, where is our weakness. I said the same to him, you know, like just a normal chat as two fans of football that chat about football. I have a great relationship with Bernardo. Obviously, I had my first game with the national team at under 18s when it was his first game for national team at under 18s too. Both of us did the first appearance for national team at the same age, with the same coach at the same time, you know. So we have a great relationship. Also with Ruben, I have a great relationship with him. Probably the one I had more relationship because of also the kids and everything was Cancelo, but he's not here anymore. But yeah, we chat about the games, about the chance of playing against each other and everything. And after, obviously, because we go to the national team and we want to give the best of our national team, so we have to put together everything that we think that is good to try to make it better in the national team. But now going to the game, we normally don't speak about the game or whatever gonna happen or anything. We'll speak after the game.
So it's fair to say that when you meet for the national team, one of you will be taking the mickey out of the others because they've won and the other person's lost.
No. We don't do that. We don't do that. We kind of can play about that and everything, but we have respect for each other, and we know how to win and we know how to lose. As I said, when we won the game at home, he came in, he shook my hand, and he said, because he said, like, when you lost at my home and it was a bad game, you came in, you shake the hand of everyone else. So I have to do it even when I lose. And we can say that City is not used to lose games this season. So it's a kind of respect, but both of us want to win the game now. And he will have another game after that. So I will probably be in the national team before him. But the main thing for me and for him now is try to battle the best way we can with respect, but obviously both of us want to win the trophy.
You've obviously played in big games in the past. You've played in a World Cup. How big does this game feel, a first All Manchester FA Cup final?
No, obviously we know the importance of the FA Cup in England. We all aware of that. It's the oldest competition in the world, so we know that everyone will be really focused on this game, not only in England but worldwide. It's the first time that these two sides met in the FA Cup final, so it will be really important. And it is another derby, another big game, a big rivalry between two clubs that one is being really successful in these past few years, another one that is a great historic club. So it will be a great game. Hopefully it will be for our side at the end.
Have fans been stopping you in the street yet, trying to explain to you how important it is, how much they want you to win?
No, they show just love and respect. They want us to give the best for the club. Obviously, we know what it means for them, this game. We all aware of that, for all the reasons that we've been talked through. But I also know that they aware that this team will be giving everything to win that game.
It's probably difficult for United fans to hear, possibly, but are City still the benchmark for where you want to get to? You talk about a positive season, but presumably City, the standards that they've set is where you want to get to, this group.
Yeah, we want to get into win the league. That's what he did this season, and we want to get into the Champions League and go as far as possible, and trying to win the trophy. City has done this. So yeah, they are the team to beat, we can say, because they won. And in the Champions League, the team to beat will be whatever comes through to our group stage and going through that. Obviously, City is probably the team that is playing consecutive better football for so many years. They've been consistent with that. They deserve to be in that place because they've been really good. They've been in a position. They put themselves in a position to win trophies. But United has shown that we are capable to win trophies. We are capable to win big games. We are capable to do good things, and we will try to do it again.
That was going to be my next question. I think you said in an interview before that before your last contract you wanted to make sure that this club was a place for you to win trophies, because obviously you're very ambitious yourself personally. Do you feel now that this is the place where you can go and win the league, you can possibly go and win the Champions League?
Yeah, for now I feel that this place is a place where I can go to win the FA Cup. That's my main focus, and for next season, obviously my aims and the aims of the club, I think everyone knows and everyone has to be aware of that. Our aims has to be to go and win every competition that will be included next season.
Just in terms of you personally, I think there's a stat that no other player has played more games than you in Europe this season. We saw you in a protective boot after the Brighton game, and 4 days later you were starting at Tottenham. How are you managing that? How are you managing to get through such a gruelling season and still play at a level in an FA Cup final?
Yeah, first of all, the pressure of the manager to make sure that I will be playing that game. Second, because I'm ambitious and I don't want to miss any games. And as I said, I'm here to help the team. I'm here to be part of this. I want to win trophies, as you said. The club. I spoke with the club when I first signed before I signed that contract, and I said I want to be successful with the club, but I need to make sure that the club is going to do the right things to make this going on in a successful way, and I think the steps is being done. We still need some adds, some things, but I think we will have that not only on the transfer, but also in the dressing room with us, stepping up more in moments that we needed to do this season and we didn't. But next season we know and we have learned, so we have to do it better. And obviously for me, as I said, I want to play as much as I can to be ready whenever the manager needs me, and as I said, I'm trying to be there to help the team every time that I can.
Just in terms of that, you're making yourself available for games, even maybe when you've got a niggle or a little knock. Is it important for you to show that kind of leadership, that if you're being seen to make yourself available every week, that filters down to the rest of the players?
I don't try to make it for leadership. I think it's good for everyone to see that even when we're not 100%, but the team needs you, you have to try your best to be there. Sometimes it's not possible. Obviously, as I said, on the Tottenham game and the game after that, I was still a little bit painful, but I could deal with the pain. So I just tried to play and carry on. Obviously, was not the best shape to play, but I still could help the team, and the manager thought that was better to me to play to help the team than not. So I did everything that I could to help the team.
On that subject, you playing all the time, obviously it sounds like it's a mentality thing, but is there anything else? I mean, what do you have for breakfast? I think that's what everyone wants to know. Or is there any particular things you do on top of the standard day-to-day that keeps you healthy and fit?
No, the food is always the breakfast here is the same for everyone. So the same, everyone can have the same. So it's just the usual eggs, some ham, cheese, whatever it is. I don't know, some avocado. It can be different some days. After obviously what you eat at home, the rest you get. I always, as I said many times, I like to get my nap time, and my wife respects that and take care of the kids for that hour and a half, an hour. So I can have that my rest, because I think that's important for me to keep me fit in the best shape as possible. And I think is all that bits together, and obviously the way my mom and dad made me, they make sure that I was always fit and fit enough to play football. And sometimes even Casemiro, joking with me, says, you just run for every game and you can play every game because your weight is nothing. That's why.
We finally got the secret. Just with the manager, you touched him earlier. He seems very demanding. He feels like, from the outside at least, that he's changed the mindset perhaps of the group, the culture. I don't know. You'll be best placed. What have you found from the manager since he's come in?
I said since the beginning of the season, he demands a lot. He wants to win. He wants to be in the position to win everything. He doesn't hide that. He shows that. He passed the message through the players. So it makes you be always aware that you have to be at the best level as possible to play with him, to be part of the club. He has made high demands for everyone to understand that we are in a big club, and to be here we have to deserve to be here. We have to show that we deserve to be here, and I think that he's been changing the mentality of everyone, the not being relaxed, not being thinking that your place is guaranteed here. So and obviously after that is the ideas he's brought of style of playing, the way he passed the message of the way he wants to play in games, the tactics that he puts on every game. It's always different for every opponent that you play can be always different. And obviously I think everything together makes him having a good season, not successful in the Carabao until now, but a good season overall.
And he also seems to have the players back. As much as he demands a lot from you, I don't know if you saw the comments he made when there was some criticism after the Liverpool game, standing up for you, saying that you're an inspiration and things like that. Are you aware of things like that?
No, I'm aware that he's really happy with the way I train, the way I play, the way I show my emotions, the way I show my passion for the game. He knows I care. That's why probably sometimes makes you do some things that you should not do. But he knows that I will never do nothing to make the team look bad. my teammate looks bad or making something that is not good for the team. He knows that, so that's why he protects me. That's why I did that in that interview and many other times. And whenever he thinks that he has to say something that he didn't like to me, he had called me 2-3 times in his office and he said, look, we have to change this, we have to change this. I think you could do it in a different way. We had many conversations this season. He always called the players to talk with them. He has a lot of individual meetings with the players. And I think that's good because he shows you the respect, he shows you the protection, but always with the demands behind that, because obviously when you protect someone, you want him to give you some back, so he can have his reasons to protect you.
I was going to say, in terms of the change, you've always been an extremely creative player, but it feels like he's got a little bit more out of that side of your game. Has anything changed on the football side that noticeably that from the manager?
Yeah, it's the way he wants me to play, the positions he wants me to be on the pitch, the way he wants me involved, what he asks from the front players, to the way he wants them to move. You know, how it's the best way to create more lines of pass for the midfielders, for the fullbacks when they go high. So it makes you create more, probably sometimes in some games. The idea of game that he has probably makes me sometimes be in more position to give more passes, or it can be also that it was a good season for me and I create a lot of chances because of the movements of my teammates and obviously for the position I've been playing. Sometimes even when I play deeper, I think one of the games that I played deeper, I did one of the most creating chances on my personal level. So it depends always on the idea he has for the game and what he asks also for my teammates, because to create a chance you depend on the other ones.
Yeah, I was just say final from me. Yeah, just when I know that this isn't as successful as you'd like this club to be, but when you reflect on this time last year, the difficulties there's been this season in transition of personnel and things like that, even during the season, is there a sense of pride at how far you've come and hope that the best is yet to come?
Obviously, I think even this season we felt like we could even gone for more, but we also understand that we're still not at that level to go for more this season. That's why we didn't went more far in the league with more points, winning more games. But we did understand that we did the right steps. We're learning still, but we in a way that we think it can be successful in the future. And obviously looking at other season, what you look like is like it's a big improvement on the team, mentally wise and quality wise, that made this season felt much better than the past few ones.
The best bit about that is that you duck out of